take off my jacket because I was just freezing earlier.
We should be live.
Okay.
Hello, Teacher Veronica. She said 2 very inspiring ladies. Hi, Brooke and Kasie.
Hello, Veronica. I can't tell who's in, can I?
If you're in the, if you're on the
screen.
live YouTube, then you can see it as well.
Okay. I don't know if I can see that part, but
I'm the YouTube. If you're on my channel.
Oh, okay. So I'm not yet. Should I try to do that in my partial screen?
Oh, that's up to you. But we're already live on YouTube. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming. Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome. We have 2 people in the chat, and hopefully more will trickle in here as we get started.
Okay.
So I started having to start all of my videos off with, these are just, we are teachers, and these are our opinions and our experiences. So we are not told to say things from our companies. This is just our fun time sharing our information and meeting each other. So,
yes.
Hey, Brooke.
Hello. I just got done teaching. So, yes.
How were your classes this morning?
Oh, not too bad. I am just still getting used to waking up early for the time change. I haven't totally adjusted. I told my husband, I'm still getting used to, we lost that last hour. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but really good. I have a lot of regular students. So my morning is really predictable, which is nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, welcome. Hey, Mindy, Teacher Renee, and Deborah, and Marianne. Thanks for coming, guys.
Hi, guys. Yes, thanks for coming. I feel like I've made so many new friends.
Yeah, definitely. We have got a lot of great friends now from YouTube and VIPKid, and I know you're teaching for another company, but let's start at the beginning. How's that?
Okay.
Okay, so guys, when I'm looking straight down, I have her questions. When I'm looking over here, it's all of you in the live chat. So if you have questions for me or for Brooke, please put them all in all caps so that we, so I don't miss it. All right. Okay, Brooke, can you tell us about yourself?
Yes. Okay. So I am a homeschooling mom, actually, but I'll go to the beginning. When I graduated from college, I started out as a public school teacher, worked in the brick and mortar schools in St. Louis. I taught 3rd grade. And not only did I love it, I never thought I would homeschool or teach online. I don't even think I was online when I started, but I really just thought, oh, when I have kids, they'll just come to my school. And I thought that's just what life would be. And, but when I got married, I moved to Kansas. I was in St. Louis. And so I grew up in St. Louis, moved to Kansas, and that's when I got interested in homeschooling. And so I've been homeschooling for 15 years. Wow. And I did not start teaching online till about 3 years ago. And I really think that when I had babies and young, baby pregnancy stage, I wasn't even thinking about a job. But if I had known about this, I would have been all over it, because I was someone who just wanted to stay home.
Yeah.
I didn't mind doing work from home, but I just wanted to stay home. And so I wish, VIPKid and those companies weren't around then. But when I discovered them, even though I didn't have babies anymore, this was such great work for staying at home. So I've been doing it 3 years now, and still homeschooling. It just matches up really well with that lifestyle. So I love that part of it.
And how old are your kids?
So I have 7 kids.
Did I know that? I don't think I knew
7.
that.
I have 7. So our oldest is 26, and then we have 26, 23, 21, one turning 18, 16, 13, and my youngest is now 11. I can't believe he's 11. Yes. So I still have 4 at home and 2 that are actually actively homeschooling still.
Great.
So, yeah.
Mine are 21 and 19, and my 21-year-old just got married like a month ago. I'm like, whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
He graduates this weekend, was his graduation date. I don't know how it all works now that they're not walking. Yeah. But so he's graduating college. Oh,
Oh,
So,
funny. And how do they love you being online and kind of
well,
being in social media? How do your kids feel about that?
I don't think they really care. Like my son is the one that made my Instagram for me and changed the
Yeah.
name. And my daughter probably is one of my biggest fans. She's probably on here watching.
Oh,
Well,
good.
I don't think I posted it to my page. Normally I post it to my own page and my mom will click on it and my daughter. And so I don't know if they know I'm
Mine
here.
are they're supportive, but they also laugh because I was so not techie and had absolutely no online presence at all
Yeah.
before VIP Kid. I was anti. I'm like, no, I don't need Facebook. I don't need all that stuff. And now I'm into all of it. And so they're like, wow, that was a turnaround for you.
I've always had Facebook, but I've never been online as, YouTube or Instagram or anything. That's all
Oh,
fairly new. So,
yes. It's been like a college course, really
yeah.
fun.
Good morning, Stephanie and Mindy. Mindy said, dang, that's a
Hi,
lot of kids.
ladies.
That's a lot of
Mindy
kids.
said, like, yes, 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 I do agree with you there.
Hello, Meredith. That's great. Did you know Cindy has 13?
Cindy, wow. Oh
Cindy
my.
Bennett? Yes.
Oh my goodness, you've
It's
almost
amazing.
doubled me.
I love listening to her talk about her family. It's great. And they have like family
Wow.
Zoom chats and you can see them all. Oh, I love it. Okay.
It's like the Brady Bunch on Zoom chat. We do the Brady
Right?
Bunch thing for Easter.
So, what companies do you work for?
Okay, so right now I've done almost 3 years, coming up on 3 years with VIP Kid
Hmm.
this year. And for 2 years, I just stuck with that. I felt like I didn't even really think about doing another company. But honestly, this year in January, I added GoGo Kid. And
Hmm.
really, it was mainly because I just wanted some variety. I wanted just that it wasn't a bookings issue. I know a lot of people are, well, the bookings are low here. So I'm going to add this, which
Yeah.
is a fine idea. Um, and interestingly, I really haven't had a lot of bookings with GoGo Kid. Having said that, I don't open up a whole lot of hours there
Yeah.
because I have my regulars that I just can't take them off my schedule. So VIP Kid takes up a lot of my schedule.
Yeah.
But I did just add GoGo Kid really just for the variety. I thought, wow, look in the last 5 years, how many online companies are just popping up.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I thought that would be neat. So I did that. And then just this month, I added Outschool. And that was largely because, I was just talking to my husband and I said, I wanted the opportunity to teach not always the early mornings. Like I would love
Yeah.
to teach in the afternoon.
Uh,
And I told him, I said, I love VIP Kid. I love it. Not leaving.
Yeah.
But I also really wanted to teach where to learners of my own language where I could kind of joke around with them a little
Hmm.
more and show a little more personality. And you really just have to be so careful when they don't know English. And
Right.
so that's kind of why I thought, wow, I'm really attracted to that. And then the third reason was, I wanted to be able to share with people that want to teach online that don't happen to hold a bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
And one of the things I read about when I was reading about Outschool, I really liked on their website that they kind of explain that philosophy, and they say we feel like everyone has something of value they can teach, and it doesn't always have to be academic. So I liked that part about it.
So, what kind of things do you teach on Outschool? Sorry, I know this wasn't on the list.
Oh, that's okay. No, that's okay. Honestly, everything is on there. And when people ask that question, you'll hear everything. I've seen everything from academic subjects to things like music and art to cooking and knitting and how to care for a
Hmm.
hamster. And there's a lot of tutorial type classes.
Oh, okay.
But mainly what they say and what they want is for you to teach something in your that's your passion. So it might
Okay.
be how to paint your nails, how to put gel nails on. There's really no limit. I think Leah's been doing classes
Uh-huh.
about horses and care for horses. So it's what they want, and they say this in
Hmm.
several places, something that you're passionate about, something that is
Great.
your interest. So it really, the sky's the limit kind of with what is taught on there.
Now, do you have a referral link for that?
I do.
You have to send that to me so I can add it to the bottom.
Okay. And every teacher has that. So they do have a referral program too.
Okay.
And I know a couple of things. I know that with the coronavirus, they have given credit. Outschool has given credit. I don't know if I'm wording it right. Offered a certain amount of free courses to public school families. And I don't remember the amount, but they literally are giving each family, if you log in and
Yeah.
you went to public school and it got, canceled, you can take a certain limited amount of free
Wow.
courses. So
That's great. Good,
Yeah.
good. Hey, Amanda Panda.
Hi,
She always
Amanda.
comes in with like emojis and announcing her.
I
that
just
she's
got
there.
off watching one of her videos too.
Oh, really? I just finished watching Evelyn Joy's video. She had a chit chat this morning.
I had a 45-minute break and I'm like, my kids are asleep. How many videos can I watch and comment on?
That's one thing I love. Like everyone, we watch each other's videos and like and subscribe. Oh, speaking of subscribe, if any of you are not subscribers yet, please subscribe so I can get off the number 666.
Oh no. Are you
2
on that
days.
number?
2 days.
If you're still on it this afternoon, I'll get my 7 kids to subscribe.
I'm like, if I can get 2 or 3 people, so, because you lose some, then I won't have to be on that number again.
Yes. My kids will help you out if need be.
Oh, funny. Oh, I'm like, man. Okay. So what does your schedule look like?
Well, right now, honestly, I've gone down to, for VIPKid, I do 2 mornings a week because I just feel like I don't want to wake up more than 2 mornings a week. My kids are home in their teens. They're all in their teens. And I've struggled with that because anybody that has teens knows that, bedtime, especially with the quarantine, has just gotten later and later and later. So I don't want to miss this piece of time with my kids at night. So they know that they know the nights even. It's very regular that 2 nights a week, I go to bed early. They can stay up with dad. But that's kind of our quality time. So I've gone to if I add a third day to my schedule, it's one of the weekend nights, and I'll take a Friday or Saturday night and open up. And that has worked well. I feel like for me, I'm still actively homeschooling. So, and then Nancy's course was literally like a course. I feel
I'm
like
so
that,
behind.
Yeah. I feel like that balance of I work 2 mornings a week and I do 5 classes. I feel like I've done more in a row, but I feel like that's my sweet spot. 5 in a row, then I want to get up and move around. And then adding a weekend, and I usually don't do that a lot in the summer, but it's so slow. I told my husband, lately I'm just pouring in one more weekend. I just want to make sure I hit the 45 and make keep my regulars on their schedule.
Right. Good.
So I know there's a lot of people who are getting up way more often than me, and I just applaud you. I'm not one of those that can do it 5 days a week.
Yeah, I'm doing it 7 days a week, but I find that 7 mornings a week, and then I'll open 3 or 4 nights a week. And then I found that I've cut down, so no more overnights. And then I cut down I was doing 7 days a week and then 7 evenings a week. And then now I'm down more and now I'm down more. So I'm finding my schedule. You know what I mean?
Yes. And finding your schedule when it's all up to you is the hardest part. Like once I started booking, I was constant. I'd fall asleep thinking, well, I could do this and I could do that. I was constantly messing with it. So when I finally settled in I found it helped my family a lot. Like even my youngest, he knows Tuesday, Thursday. Those are the mornings. So Monday, Wednesday night, I'm in bed early. And they just know that. So I do encourage regularity, not only for your family, but for the Chinese families want that as well.
And it's hard because it's our own business. So we are like, I can open one more. And then that slot fills and it's like, one more.
Well, I need something around it. I'll just open one more before it. Yes.
And before I couldn't say no to priority bookings. So I've learned that within the last month with the help of my friends.
Yes.
Okay, Brooke. So what do you do with tough or distracted kiddos?
Honestly, first of all, I view them as like a challenge. Like, okay,
Yeah.
what you got for me? I used to be
Hmm.
nervous, but then when you get enough confidence, really, it's kind of fun. I
Yeah.
actually, I think I live streamed I recorded, just me, not the screen, but I recorded a difficult, and when I say difficult, a shy level one student.
Okay.
And because I wanted to show the energy that it takes, especially when they're young, on top of it,
Yes.
the energy that it takes to get them engaged. But what I do is a lot of TPR, a lot of energy, a lot of movement, a lot of smiling and encouraging, but also remembering that it's still being recorded. So if they really just are not going to engage, you can
Hmm.
just give them a really good recording that they can learn from later. And I try to remind all, like my referrals, that if we would ask about that, is just remember, you can only do so much, but
Yeah.
they are still learning. Don't assume that they're not learning anything just because they're
Right.
not talking. That is your goal. You give it your best shot, and then
Hmm.
you leave them a really good recording that they can go back and learn from. But honestly, I'm all to answer what do I do? I am all over the place physically. A lot of TPR, a lot of energy. I will sing, I will clap, I will chant, whatever it takes to try
Yeah.
and get the energy back.
I have an older level 4. He's always testing me. I've got to record one of his videos, not his face, but so you can hear the how I get him turned around sometimes. This one time he was like cutting his nose hairs with scissors and in the camera. And
I
today he
haven't
was
had
like,
that.
I'm not listening, I'm going to bed. And like snored for like a minute and a half. I'm like, oh.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, Dino wants to learn today. And he cannot stand when I teach Dino. And for every time I start
Because
teaching
he's too
Dino, he
old.
comes around.
Right. You grab the puppet or
It's like, I
start
know
singing.
it's your hand. I'm like, well, somebody's listening.
Yes.
It's a bag
Yes.
of tricks.
You know what? And I tell people anybody can do the easy student. Anybody
Right.
can. So it's important to be the one who can do the difficult student.
Right. Thank you, Teacher Renee, for coming. Teacher Renee reads. She said she'll watch a playback later. She needs to sleep. I get that. I went to bed
Yes.
early last night, and I never do. I hit almost 7 hours of sleep last night. That's a lot for me.
Wow, that's a full night.
Usually I'm like 4 or 5. So I was like, woohoo.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have a favorite teaching moment or story?
I have, honestly, this last 3 months, there have been a couple things that I just like hold in my heart.
Aw.
And one of them was just when my Chinese two families were, came on and basically started class with, "Are you okay?" They were so concerned because they had heard the coronavirus made it to America, and we had been,
Yeah.
they had been in quarantine, and I really didn't think it would happen to us. I don't know why. I should have known, but I was naive thinking, "Oh, this doesn't happen in America. I hope things get better for you."
Right.
And then it happened, and really just realizing their care, that was the first time that I was like, "Oh my goodness, that's
Aw.
so sweet." And then the second one was when I had one of my students had to do an English presentation at his Chinese school. And it was like a 3-minute long conversation in English, and they wanted to run it by me first.
Aw.
So during class one day, they had him do his speech, and I asked, "Can I record it on my phone just to have?"
Yeah.
And they said yes. And so that was really neat because it was him speaking in English. He's
Mhm.
6, he's young.
Aw.
And knowing that I've had him for almost 2 years, knowing that this is the outcome from the
Yeah.
time we've spent together, it was so neat. It was so
Aw.
neat to see.
I did have one mom come on and she's like, "Do you need masks? Do you need," she was so sweet. And I was like, "No, we're good." So,
Yes. And
yeah.
one thing I want to say about that, because a lot of people don't realize, and when I was new, I thought, "Oh, I'll just teach classes and be done." But
Yeah.
you really do grow to care about these families and to have a relationship. And I know that in the news, there's some, talk of China, the coronavirus. And I heard someone say one thing that really stuck with me. And it was, when they speak of a country in general, maybe, China in general, they're not speaking of those individual families. Those individual families are real people that really care about their teachers. And I loved that the emphasis was on those relationships.
Yes, I love my families.
Yes.
I love that they peek in now, and one mom had a baby, so I get to I've been watching her for the last couple months. Oh, I love it. Okay.
Yes, I did take my phone one time and go back in my portal with a student I'd had for almost 3 years, took a picture of just a still picture of us in our first class together and showed it to them online, and they loved it because they were 2 years younger. It was cute.
I should do that for my 1-year anniversary. I'm at 9 months with VIPKid, I think. Well, 9 months online teaching. So.
Yes. It's a whole new world. It really is.
So what is a challenge that you've had to overcome being an online teacher?
At first I thought it would be tech, but the truth is these platforms are really easy to use. And I don't have any tech problems. For me, the biggest challenge really was fitting it into the rest of my life. How do I fit this in, like I said, with my kids' schedule, with homeschooling, and with making sure I don't need a nap in the afternoon when I should be with my kids. And like you said, the freedom of picking your schedule, it almost made it harder because I was always jockeying with that schedule. That was probably, honestly, was my biggest challenge, was where I knew I wanted this in my life, but fitting it in where it benefited everybody.
Right. This probably sounds weird, or I don't know how it sounds, but now that I'm doing YouTube, that is taking a lot of time. Because I don't just interview, I really try to send questions ahead of time, make the thumbnails, the Zoom links, the YouTube, and then, me and my mistakes, I got to go back and fix them.
Yes.
So I've started being okay with cutting down on some of the evening when I don't have my regulars. My regulars are mostly mornings, but my evenings are my trials. I love the trial lessons. But I've kind of been okay with it because of doing so much with YouTube. So I think that's kind of new.
Are you doing 24-hour notice classes for your trials and your evenings?
Yes.
And that
I was doing it always. And now I'm just like, well, I have these 2 slots already filled. I'll open one more, and that one usually I get. I had 2 short notice this morning trials, and both of them didn't come. So I was like, wow, that was like an extra $12 and I made all my new rewards. I got it to make a bunch of new rewards. Teacher paid teachers, guys. I love these.
Yay.
I laminated them last night, and then when I was sitting in no shows, I was like, cut.
Where did you get your Meg and Mike dolls? These are bigger.
These are from VIPKid.
Okay.
I believe they're from the store. They are.
So
these are the puppets.
They're the puppets. Okay. These came from Zazzle, and I got them.
I don't know Zazzle.
I got them off Zazzle.com about a year ago, and I loved them because they look really close to what the characters actually look like. So my problem is, I love them, I use them, but do you see their hands and all the black?
Yeah.
They're just getting dirty because I'm always picking them up after I've got dry erase all over my fingers. Poor Dino, he's getting some brown. Yeah, he used to be so smudge free, but they get a lot of use. Loved them.
Mindy said, yes, level 1 does take a lot of energy. I totally agree. I have 2 days a week that I call baby day, and it's all level 1s and 2s. And
I love the predictability of that level 1 lesson, though. I really do love it. It does take a lot of energy, but I don't have a regular level 1, so I just get a smattering of them here and there. But I enjoy them when I have them.
I used to have a ton. Like some days I had 4 or 5 in a row of level 1s, and one just moved up to level 2. So.
Yes. I like the songs.
It's funny because she moved up to level 2 and all of a sudden became like a big girl. Like she's like so proud of herself and she doesn't do any whining to her mom or anything. It's so funny.
Yay.
So
Yes.
let's see. Brooke, is that a green screen background? If yes, how did you get Dino in it? Oh,
Okay,
Dino's
so
her prop.
not a green screen. It's not a green screen. So this is off of Amazon. It was like $9.
Oh, the photo backdrop?
This is a photo backdrop off of Amazon, and I got one classroom one, and then I got one for each season. So if you've seen any of the others that have spring or flowers,
Mhm.
and I only bought the ones that were like under $10. They're not very expensive at all.
Yeah. I
So
saw
that's just an
those-
Amazon photo backdrop.
Oh, good. I saw those on Teacher Lucy uses those. She talked about that in her teacher toolbox.
Well, I like
workshop.
it because you can change them out. I hold them up with see these little clips on the side? See, and this is just a board. It's like a science type board on an easel.
Oh.
So I just hold them. I'm going to try to go upward. See, I've got several little clips.
Oh, yeah.
And I just clip them up and then make sure my camera doesn't show my clips.
Yeah, it doesn't really work because mine is so far away. So when I put the backdrop on the wall, it's not working because I have shelves behind me right here. Can you see? They hold my props. So that's where all my, and my snacks. Ignore my snacks. But I have shelves behind me, but this is so far that it doesn't fit in my screen as much as I would like to. But for classes, it's a little different. There we go. Okay, let's see. Hey, Kelly Tag and Karen and Online Teacher Dude. Hey, Tim. Evelyn. Yay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming. Let's see. I see some capital letters. Yes, I have to agree with you. I love my families. Oh, that's so sweet. Great idea. Hi, Kasie and Brooke. Hello. My apologies for being late. Tardy slip for me. Oh, Evelyn. I'm just glad you're here. Evelyn teacher no show. They're so bad. They're calling Evelyn out for being late. Love your background, Brooke. That's from Tim. Love the photo backdrop. Yeah, it looks great. Have you seen Casey Morrow's? Can you not hear me? I can't hear you. Did you hit mute? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. So I like these because they're inexpensive. Like I said, less than $10. And then I can change them out in 2 minutes, you know, if I want a spring one or a winter one. So yeah, I'm always changing backgrounds. I get bored.
Fun. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Are you tech savvy and what do you use for tech in your classroom? Look at that face.
I would not describe myself as tech savvy, and neither would my kids. I do take time to figure out what I need to know, you know, how do I need to function? But no, I don't do any green screen or anything like that. I have just started learning Zoom and Google Slides and how to bring Google Slides into Zoom because I want to use that on Outschool.
I haven't done that.
And it's pretty simple. You're already doing things more complicated than that. So you'll have no problem.
My husband.
Yeah. No, and on my videos even, admittedly, I have help editing from a family member and she's been slowly teaching me. So just this week, kind of a milestone, everything from here on out, I'm doing on my own, but I had help editing. That was my big thing. And she even taught me the thumbnails. And so I kind of I think I saw Tim's website, Online Teacher Dude, and I liked how his thumbnails all matched. They had a theme, and mine were a smattering of creativity, but they did not have a theme. And so I went back, I saw his, and I went back and changed mine and got a theme going.
Yeah, it looks beautiful and organized. Your channel looks great. I've got to definitely fix mine, but I try to make my thumbnails. To me, my thumbnails are fitting whoever I'm interviewing. I don't know why. Like when I see a picture or something about someone, like you with purple, I'm like, oh, our whole site is purple. We're gonna have to go with purple. So I don't know if I can change that. You know what I mean?
Mine were just all kinds of. There was no theme at all. I felt like there was no continuity. So I did go change it. I wish I had known in the beginning. I would have started out that way, but
Yeah.
So
It
now
looks
I know
great.
Canva really well now because I've
Yeah.
changed all my thumbnails again.
Yeah. I've learned a lot about Canva too, with like embedding the links and stuff. And
Yeah.
so, we all know you're a YouTuber. How long does it take you to edit and to make videos?
Um, well, I will say that I do my videos in one take and usually just stick text in there. So I'm not
Mhm.
doing a lot of fancy editing. I do have a little musical intro and I've had help with making that and then learning how to get that on. So how much time, in the beginning, one video, it took us together probably 3 or 4 hours just
Mhm.
working through it. But I have recently hit a milestone where I can work on one video and after I filmed it, I can, if I sit down and I'm uninterrupted, I can get it done in less than 2 hours. But again, I'm not
Yeah.
doing some of that fancier stuff. I'm down
Right.
to adding an intro, adding an outro, and adding some text. That's it.
Right. That's
So
me
I'm
too.
happy with two
Yeah.
hours.
I'm getting there. That's why I do so many lives. I say this all the time, is because I don't have to edit.
Well, I don't know. I would encourage people to try. I know a lot of people don't want to try the one take, but
But
I
that's how I do it
I
mostly.
don't know how I would edit if I didn't. It would be so many more hours for me to edit. So
Right.
I stick to the one take and try not to look away a whole lot, but I do glance down at notes and I just try to remember honestly, the content is what our audience is after. They're not
Mm.
after my acting performance or.
Right.
So I think that if they're interested in my content, they're not going to mind if I peek down a couple of times as long as I keep talking. So
Right.
that's my approach because I can't edit very fast.
So Tim said you were muted for a few minutes. Did you all hear where she got her backdrop from? It was from Amazon. I think it was shortly after that, and then I talked quite a bit, so maybe we
Less
didn't
than
miss.
$10 on Amazon. And I
Good.
bought seasonal ones plus this.
Good. Hopefully, I think they probably heard everything else. Veronica said, "I wish I could switch backgrounds regularly. I'm lazy." She loves your background. Share your
This
links.
is
We will put the links at the bottom.
this is a 1 minute switch. I'm not kidding. I just take my
Nice.
magnets off and put another one on.
Great. Yeah, love that, Brooke. You are awesome. Crushing it in the branding.
Thank you.
Um,
Who's that?
that's from Tim.
Oh,
You
Tim,
said
thank
you're
you.
using his idea. Yeah.
Yes.
Kasie, I can tell your thumbnail is you. It's great. I know. I don't know if I can stick to one thing in one color. I don't know.
I loved the thumbnail. They were both really good.
Oh yeah, I did make two. I tried to make a couple of them and pick one. So I made two for Brooke, and one was whitish. And I liked that one, but I liked the purple better.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here is a freebie. Oh, thanks for sharing freebies, Amanda Panda. Thanks, Meredith. That's to Meredith. Cindy Plummer said she doesn't mind editing. Man, I've often thought about paying somebody to edit. I'm terrible. Veronica, her YouTube link is in the section to the left under the description. Yeah, guys, the descriptions are not totally ready yet. I kind of put in a generic one when I was trying to write them, but to be honest, I'm not good with the words, so it takes me hours to come up with descriptions. So I will sit down to make descriptions today. Evelyn said, Kasie, everyone does YouTube differently. Variety is the spice of life. Yes. Good. Okay, let's see. What things other than teaching do you enjoy?
Golly, I really like to travel, but my husband is not a huge traveler. He's a big baseball, football fan. So when I say let's go somewhere, it's well, where are the Cardinals playing? Where are the Chiefs playing? And I'm like,
Mhm.
no, that's not what I meant. I meant like Mount Rushmore, the Grand Canyon. We think differently when we think
Mhm.
about vacations. He's a big sports guy. I do love to travel. I mean, I'll
Yeah.
go to places like Little House on the Prairie sites. It doesn't have to be anything big. I love history.
Mhm.
So I've been to all the Laura Ingalls things that
Oh,
I can
fun.
come up with. I go to lots of Little House on the Prairie sites and historical stuff. Like I took a trip once just to go to the Civil Rights Museum. I took all my kids and we
Mhm.
drove to Memphis. we did that. We slept and went home. I mean, like the whole trip was just something I really wanted to see and I wanted them to see. So I'll
Nice.
go to presidential museums, like
Mm-hmm.
just historical stuff. And I'm not even really a history teacher,
Yeah.
but traveling to stuff like that. And
Mhm.
really obviously I do like to go to beaches or mountains. That's fun too. But my summer trip just got canceled,
Oh, yeah,
postponed. We'll say postponed. Maybe we'll still go, but
right. Um, you should travel Europe, the history and the castles and oh,
I'm almost afraid to go out of the country. I don't know. I
oh,
want
we'll have
to,
to
but I'm
chat. Because do you know I lived overseas for 17 years?
no.
This is
Wow.
my first year back in the States since I was about 20 something. Yeah.
Wow. I think I was reading, was it Tim was saying he's in Malaysia? I think
Uh-huh.
he's,
Yeah.
yeah, you guys are so brave. I wanted to do the China trip that you could buy or whatever
Uh-huh.
through
Yeah.
VIPKid. I'm sure it's canceled for this summer, but I talked to my husband. I said, in about a year, I would love to do that and go with a
Oh,
group of people.
we should all meet there.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even think
We'll
about
start
that.
saving.
When
Yes.
I first brought it up, I didn't know people like I know now because of the cohort, because of Nancy's course.
Yes.
And now that you say that, we're going to have to put that out there
That would be so fun.
because that would be a blast.
Question, where were you supposed to go this summer, Brooke?
I was going to go to Glenwood Cabins Adventure Park in Glenwood Springs, Colorado. If you've ever been there, it's got an amusement park on top of the mountain.
Oh, fun.
And it has like a giant swing that goes out over the canyon. It's breathtaking. They have a huge alpine slide that goes down the mountain. I took my kids there 2 years ago and we loved it. It's the only place that everyone agreed we wanted to go again.
Oh,
So check it
that's
out.
great.
Check it out.
Good.
Glenwood Springs.
What presidential museum have you been to? That's from Kelly Tag.
I'll give you my favorite is the Harry Truman. I'm from Missouri. He's the only president from Missouri.
Mhm.
And now I grew up in St. Louis, but I live in Kansas, Leavenworth, Kansas now. So I'm very close to it. So the Harry Truman one is my favorite. You actually can walk through his home,
Mhm.
which is still set up like it was back when he was president. And like it even has the calendar on the wall from 19 whatever.
Oh, wow.
And just really cool stories. So Harry Truman is my favorite one. In Kansas, we have the Dwight Eisenhower one.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of the other ones I've gone to. I don't even remember if I went to one in DC. I don't think I did. Yeah, Harry Truman is the one I would recommend though, because you have the house and then there's also the museum where he's buried and it has all of his stuff. It was so cool.
Yeah, that's great. Mindy said she wants to go to China too.
I'm gonna arrange that
Let's
next
do it.
year. Like I want to do
Yes.
the warm season, so spring or summer
Okay.
next year. I'm gonna put it out there to all our.
Get us some
cohort.
dates. I'm up.
Yes,
I'm up
yes.
for it.
I'm on the
Evelyn
job.
said, Brooke, we're neighbors. I'm from Kansas City, Kansas too.
Who said that?
Evelyn.
Oh yes, Evelyn. We're gonna have to get together. She is
That's
not
fun.
far from me.
Yay.
When we're out of quarantine.
Veronica, you need a blue wrench. Veronica said, yes, we should do it. Meredith said, I'm in for China. Oh, this would be so much fun. We're all gonna have to like hurry up and book it when it opens, though.
I don't know what the max limit is. Hopefully we can get everybody in.
And travel to Asia. Oh, Tim, I would love to travel back to Asia. We lived in Japan for 7 years. Amanda's putting the links in. I'll put them in the description box. If you don't already have an affiliate link, maybe you can click on it to look at it. So, but thanks for putting that in there, Amanda. Let's see. I want to meet students while we are there. Yeah, I think that would be super fun as well.
Yes.
Yay. Definitely after quarantine. You guys
I'm
can
so
meet up.
glad because I really want to go, but I did not want to go by myself. And my husband's like, I guess I'll go if I have to. But if I had a bunch of teacher friends to go with, I'd leave him behind with the kids.
I think it was Penny maybe it was Penny or something. She said, they went with the group. She won the trip. I don't know if it was Penny or not. I have to look back. But whoever was telling me like Eric Chong was like hanging out with her, in the group and bringing them around. But there was a couple of tour guides. So that's fun too.
Yes,
right.
I wouldn't want to try to navigate it by myself. I want somebody taking me to the destinations. I don't want to have to find it.
They do. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Were you part of the Nancy Taylor course?
Yes, I was. I really enjoyed that course. I wrestled with it for a couple of months because of my tech skills I was really not that techie. And I thought, I don't know if I'm going to like doing all that tech. But I felt like it was a very thorough explanation of how to do it, but also you could go deep at your own pace. So yes, I was and loved and really didn't anticipate how much I would enjoy meeting all the different people that were in it. That was just as valuable as the content itself.
It was great. And to like feed off of each other. And, some people didn't have bachelor's degrees that were like reaching out to me. So I could send them to the other teachers also that were in the different companies. And it was just a wealth of information in there from all different things.
It really was a value-packed course. It really was.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go to Tim's. We could crash with him. Tim said yes. Hey, I'm not shy.
No way. No kidding.
Careful telling me I can go because I might just take you up on it.
Yes.
I do like to travel. Let's see. Brooke, how old are your kids? Do you mind telling them again? Evelyn wants to know.
Sure. No, my oldest is 26. Then I have, it's every couple of years, 26, 23, 21, almost 18, 16, 13, and 11. So yeah,
hers are bigger than yours, Evelyn. You've got babies.
Yeah, I miss my babies. I wish I could shrink them all back down.
Right? You were talking about it earlier and spending the quality time in the evenings with them, and especially like being teenagers. I'm sure some people don't realize how much that, teenagers, what am I trying to say? How little time you have with them, because they're off doing things, and enjoy the time you do have with them because
it goes by very fast.
They get big. They leave. Yes. Oh, thanks, Evelyn. She said thumbs up. Hey guys, I don't know if you were here earlier, but if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe so I can get off the number 666. Bye, baby.
You don't want to be on that very long.
No, it's been 2 days. Well, at first I was like, oh, please somebody subscribe so I can get off this number. And then I lost a subscriber and I was kind of like, well,
that's not what I meant.
I'm not on the number anymore. Will one of you make a video on what to do with WeChat? Not it. I'm on WeChat, but I'm not good. And every time I try to let somebody else on, it says I'm not authorized. So I don't know.
I'm not on WeChat at all.
Oh, I'm on it. I mean, I could help you with basic, but maybe Tim can. Tim?
I saw a video on WeChat, and I think it was Tim.
Oh,
I think it was Tim.
Oh, yep. Teacher Kelly said Tim has one. Perfect.
Yes.
Mindy said she loved the Nancy Taylor course. Veronica, I'm so behind. I just created my freebie this week. I kind of went ahead and then came back around. Veronica, I did the same thing. I just did my freebie too. It's classroom setup. Let's see. Okay, Tim, I'll watch yours after this. Kasie, your channel is growing so fast. Oh, thanks, Evelyn. It's pretty much you guys and word of mouth. And
you're brave. You do all the lives.
They're easier for me. They're just fun. Okay, sorry, I was in the chat for a little bit. What did you enjoy the most out of that course?
I really enjoyed the collaboration with the other people. I've learned so much by going to other people's channels. And I remember in the beginning thinking, I remember her mentioning, you need to go comment and build community. And I thought, I am too busy for that. I am overwhelmed. And I thought that for about 3 weeks. And then I started realizing how much I learned by going and looking at Tim's channel or Penny's channel or, Mindy's channel. Like Mindy's was the one that I saw the background and I was like, I was right on Amazon that day. I'm like, I've got to have a background as bright and beautiful as hers. And then Tim's, I saw the continuity of the thumbnails I really liked on his. And so I would go to different channels and go, this is so important to just learn from other people. And then I would try to comment, realizing that, for a while you think, well, golly, there's really not much engagement on my own channel in the beginning. And I realized, well, it's almost like if you want a friend, you have to be a friend. If you want interaction, you've got to go interact. And so I realized when Nancy said once, I remember her saying, she scheduled out time for that. Like, this is my task today. And so I thought, you need to do that. That needs to be just as important as filming the video and editing the video. And so when I committed to doing that, I saw a lot more interaction on my channel. And I, not that that's all I did it for, but I just felt like I learned a lot from it. And it really changed my whole mindset of I'm too busy for that. It's almost like you can't be too busy for that because you need that peace in your community.
I watch, like, comment, and subscribe to at least 3 a day. And my goal is to have 3 new subscribers a day. And I've been doing that for a while.
Does anybody have a good idea for how to not get lost in all, like I've been going in my subscriptions alphabetically, but then sometimes I don't get all the way through the alphabet and I can't remember who I've missed. Like I need a system for hitting everybody that I want to watch.
Yeah, I usually see who's live because I love watching live. So I'm on Evelyn's channel a lot because she does a lot of live, small and big. So I do that.
That's one good way.
I just noticed you commented on my video, Teacher Kelly.
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I had an hour break and I'm like, how many videos can I watch and comment on my break?
Love it. And Teacher Mindy said, oh, thanks, Brooke, about my background. I've changed it again. Hey, Laura, thanks for coming. Oh, hey, Paula. Paula, why don't you have a blue wrench? There you go. Yay, look at everybody here. You guys are awesome.
So I found that the time I spent on other people's channels was just as valuable as the content and the lessons. And so I just made, and when I have a free moment, if I'm waiting on something, or I just try to jump on videos, even just randomly. Sometimes I'm like, I've got 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Who can I watch?
Yeah, I try to do that too. I love seeing the chat. Okay, let's see. Do you recommend Nancy's course to others? Other people other teachers or people branding? What do you think?
I do recommend it, especially if you are looking beyond teaching. If you're happy just teaching and you don't want to refer, fine. But, for me, I was getting to where you start to realize, even if you're just teaching, it's still an online business. This is your business. And Tim's channel was really good. I watched one of his videos talking about how his really took off when he started to think of it as a business. And that kind of stuck in my head was, it is a business. This is not a hourly job. We do make money for the time we put in, but I would recommend that people look at it as a business. And even if you just want to teach, you don't have to take it a step beyond, but you can. But either way, it's a business. And Nancy's course was foundational for taking that next step. Yeah. And so the content was wonderful. The support and encouragement was really, really good. Way worth more than what we paid, I felt like, for that course. So yeah, definitely would recommend it for anybody that wants not just to refer, but to just turn this into a business where you might sell a product or sell a course someday.
Branding. Yeah, definitely. And sitting down with Nancy on my one-on-one coaching call, she was like, well, you can spin it this way. And yeah, she thinks outside the box too. So it's really nice having a conversation. And I know Paula wasn't in the course, but she actually talked to Nancy one day. It was Paula, right, Paula? She was talking to Nancy one day, and that started her off on her journey, or, her business journey on YouTube too. So She's really
Yes, and I came to a place where I realized, as a teacher and as my kids were getting older, I just knew that I was not going back into the classroom.
yeah.
I knew I didn't want to do that. And so I was like, well, there's this whole online world, and
Hmm.
this is the future. And so I really like the moving forward online.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I will. I don't know. I miss being overseas on the bases teaching. So I can't say I won't go back. Okay, so let's see. I've been checking the chat. Yes, it was Paula. Okay, good. And let's see. Guys, if you have any more questions, please put them in all caps for me or for Brooke. This has been a great chat. I love seeing you guys. Oh, Evelyn, you had asked about ideas for who's to watch, right? Did I say that right? The YouTube channels and how to keep track. She just said she
Yes.
clicks the notification bell and click all notifications for small VIP Kid channels so she can support them when they post something new.
I didn't know you could specify it like that.
Yeah,
Cool.
if you click on the bell, it'll ask you all notifications or things like that. Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Because I have like over 200 subscriptions and some of them are
Yeah.
just personal other ones that I have to sift through.
Yeah. I pretty much just whoever I see, or like the other day I knew Paula and my friend Jillian, they both have 1,000 subscribers, but they need watch time to be able to get monetized. So I went into their
Okay.
channels and clicked one of their playlists. I think Paula had like a 2-hour playlist, and I just played her playlist while I was doing feedback and
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So yeah. Awesome. Good. Okay, let's see. The final 3 questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
What do you think are the qualities of a good teacher?
Um, I think I think sincere interest in the student and in that are they learning? Um, when I talk to people, sometimes I'll get on forums and people are talking about how many classes they can do in a day or even just dollars. And there's nothing wrong. We're all,
Yeah.
nobody's doing it for free. I'm not insulting that I need to make a lot of money. I need to have a lot of hours. But keeping in mind the going into it with the perspective of, okay, but what's the parent expecting on the other side when they're
Hmm.
paying you for that half an hour, and just having that receiving end, whether it's what is the student learning, what are the parents paying for. I think that is so important. What is the goal of what you're doing, not
Hmm.
just watching the clock. And I think just the things that we really have in us naturally, hopefully, is just warmth, compassion,
Yeah.
sincere energy, and just a sincere desire to see them succeed. Those are the
Hmm.
things that make a good teacher. It's not your certifications and your pieces of paper and your degrees. I mean, those are helpful, but
Hmm.
I think that I would say that a lot of the tools that I bring to the table didn't necessarily come from my time in college. It came
Right.
from working with people and having people skills. That's so, so
Hmm.
important.
Good. Love it. Where do you see yourself in like 5 years? What are your goals?
Oh, I know I should have a better answer. But it's hard because I did not see myself sitting here in
Hmm.
November. So it was around December. Honestly, I want to finish strong homeschooling my kids. And I want to
Okay.
have a life beyond that. Like, I don't want to get so lost over here that my kids graduate and leave. And I'm like, what do I do
Now
now?
what? Yeah.
Yeah, so this has been an important step in that direction for me.
Hmm.
I would like to just have a business that is successful, not even necessarily dollar sign successful,
Hmm.
but is something that kind of fills my cup with something to do and is an outlet for my teaching that
Yes.
doesn't
Good.
take me back into the full-time world. i
Hmm.
don't i don't want to go back into the full-time brick and mortar world. So for me to just have a steady income, teaching online, honestly, is really my goal. I don't have like goal of referral numbers or even
Hmm.
dollar signs. To me, it's more about something for me to do as homeschooling comes to a close.
Oh, that's so hard.
I have loved homeschooling. I
That's
have loved
great.
that. Yeah. I almost made my channel have a homeschooling piece. But I didn't because
Yeah.
I needed to focus on a niche. I learned that.
Yeah, I don't even know. Mine's a bit everywhere, but it all goes back to teaching. So like
Yeah, some
interviews are with
form.
teachers, the collaborations are with teacher. Like everything is teaching, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
I think I could pull it in, but I just don't want to try. I feel
Yeah.
like my plate is full enough right
Yeah.
now.
What is your favorite professional development?
Um, Honestly, for me, I think it's tech. It's like learning the stuff,
Yeah.
the online stuff. I want to master Zoom so I can use it on Outschool. I
Hmm.
also would like to. I'm working on. I have a private website. I do have an email funnel, but putting all of that marketing thing
Yeah.
together so that someday I would love to do a course.
Hmm.
I would love to do a course online.
Great.
So putting all the tech pieces together for that, it's
Yeah.
the tech and then the marketing. Like those two pieces are where I feel like I have the most need. I know I can teach, and if I had kids in person, it's doing the whole online part of it
Yeah.
is where I'm headed as far as personally where I need to develop and grow.
Don't tell Nancy, I have my freebie and my MailChimp set up, but I don't have my funnel I don't have it all linked yet.
Get your funnel together. Yeah, it's a lot to wrap your head around. It really is. There's a
It is,
lot of
and
moving parts.
I had made an appointment with them with MailChimp to sit down and do it. And then they canceled because of the COVID like 2 months ago or something.
Oh,
And then I just never researched it on my own. I'm like OJT, tell me what to do and then I learn it. But to read, I have a hard time. So normally like
yes.
those how-to videos that I make, it's my husband calling me in the living room. I sit down and he does it in front of me. Then he makes me do it. He's a better teacher than me.
That's so helpful. That
And
elbow to
then we,
elbow is so
yeah,
helpful.
yeah. I am a hands-on person. I very much kinesthetic. So
Yes.
let's see. Stephanie said, I just went and watched all of Paula's videos too. Good. I watched all of Paula's too. Then I was inspired to wear more makeup. Teacher Mindy, your makeup video is great. Paula,
I
thank you.
saw that.
I didn't see Mindy's yet. It did come up in my feed though. I'll watch that one today. Teacher Veronica said she's a homeschooling mom too. Awesome.
Yes.
Kelly, I think homeschooling and VIPKid channel would go great together since many VIPKid moms homeschool.
Yes.
And
That
Mindy
is true.
said, agree, you should add homeschooling, Brooke.
Okay, not till the winter. I can put it on my plate in the winter. No,
There
it
you go.
is in the back of my head. It really is because it has been one of the biggest passions in my life. Really, I loved it, loved it, and I do have a lot of knowledge and really do enjoy encouraging moms to homeschool. A lot of that's been done in person over the years. I
Yeah.
would love to share. I just need to get there.
Yeah. I had permission to share a curriculum on my YouTube channel and I haven't started it because I don't know where to start. But some awesome teachers gave me permission to use their curriculum to, yeah. And I've used their curriculum for years in my kindergarten class. They're on Teachers Pay
Yes.
Teachers. I just need
Yes.
to sit down and do it, but I don't know. Like, I'm like, how do I angle this? How do I, yeah.
Yeah.
Gwen said she homeschooled for 8 years, classical conversations. There are a lot of steps I need to work on from Nancy's class. Mindy, honestly, I thought I was in like module 3, but I've skipped around. I have done module 1A complete. So
I haven't completed in order.
really, it is in my calendar now though. I made my call for 8 weeks from yesterday. So I can do the 10 weeks from yesterday to finish 8 modules before I talk to Nancy.
I have finished watching them all, but I have not implemented them all.
That's great. I have not, but I've been doing like lives 4 or 5 times a week.
You know what I started doing? You know what I started doing?
What?
I like to take notes when I go through her modules, but it took me so much longer. So when I took a walk or got on the treadmill or did some exercise, I started doing them as a podcast.
Oh, nice.
Even though I didn't have it in front of me, I started just listening because then I could go through it much faster when I went to try to do it. So I
Oh, very good.
podcasted some of those videos the first time, so they were in my head a little bit.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Love it. Okay. So I'm going to shout out my upcoming, and then can you finish with shouting out yours?
Sure.
Sounds good. Okay. I'm excited for May. I didn't get to write everything down on my calendar, but
Yay.
tomorrow is Teacher Tina Garcia. She will be on at 10 o'clock Central. On the 11th is Diana Hernandez. I think she's in the course with us. I know she's in the YouTubers group. And also on the 11th, we have the collaboration, and we are discussing pacing. Thank you. I think Amanda said we should do it, and Kelly Tag is like awesome at pacing, so she's going to help us out. I am not good, but the 12th, I have an all-male panel coming on. Tim will be on here with a few other gentlemen, and we are going to talk about male teachers. Let's see. On the 14th, Mandy. 18th is Paige Garwood. Him and William are from the 40 and Fine group, so, or over 40 and Fine Facebook group. So that should be a lot of fun. And on the 18th, we have another collaboration. So super excited with all the upcoming people and interesting things.
Yes.
I just wanted to shout that out.
And that Tina, who you're doing tomorrow, Tina is the one that Nancy mentioned does a lot of one takes. And I remembered her saying that because I was so nervous about editing. I was like, I'm going to work on one takes. I'm going to work on one take. So she does a lot of one takes too.
Good. Well, Brooke, come and ask her about it in the live chat tomorrow.
Yes. I will write a note. Yes. Great.
Good. Let's see. Tim said, create a course for homeschoolers. Oh, Cindy Palmer, 40 and fine. Actually, teacher Marianne is the one that said I needed to reach out to those two gentlemen in that group. So thank you, Cindy. 40 and fine. Wait, you're not 40. You're not in that group. At least I don't think she is. If so, I need to know her secrets.
Maybe it's those makeup tutorials.
No, Cindy Palmer, I don't think I've ever seen her do a makeup one.
Who does the makeup one? Who were you just talking about?
Cindy Palmer. She's the one that said that it's called 40 plus and fine.
Okay.
So see, every time I look over, all I see is that number 666 on my subscribers.
It's going to change today. It's going to change today.
Okay, Brooke, why don't you tell us about your channel and what you have upcoming?
Okay, so upcoming, actually, I have the my newest addition to my plate is Outschool, and right now I just have a couple of videos. The example that that you do for an intro video, their hiring process. It's not even really a hiring process, but to get on their platform is actually very simple. You fill out some paperwork and you do a video. They do look at your video and then they run a background check. But I did a video about what it's like, not so much comparing it to VIPKid, but just what's involved, what kind of classes is it? It's a platform, it's a marketplace, and it explains the types of classes you can teach, and it just touches on all those things, like you don't need a degree, and you can do a one-time class, and so it's got a lot of detail there. That's been my newest video set, is the two of those, and then I have upcoming kind of an update for some of the referrals about the delays that are going on with the COVID, with the coronavirus, and just encouraging them to be patient. And really, I have started emphasizing just patience in general, that this is not an out of the box full-time job. It's like, I like Tim, it's like a business that you're going to build, and just preparing them. A lot of my videos themes have been preparing them for building a business, not so much just jumping online to teach classes. It is that, but it's also a business. And as such, you're like a cosmetologist. You're not going to come out of your certification with, people booked from open to close. You've got to build that. So I've really just been emphasizing that a lot. I think we lose a lot of people that are disappointed when it takes a little while to build. Right. And so I'm trying to emphasize that this season as well.
Yeah, I have 2 referrals that just went through. Well, one went through about a month ago, but she hasn't booked any classes yet. And the other one has started about maybe a week now, so 2 weeks. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, Paula. Paula said she changed it to 667 because she subscribed from the channel that she's on. It's her school channel. Thank you, Paula. Yay. Paula, she won.
Yeah, I found out about a month ago that my husband wasn't subscribed to my channel. I'm like, how could you have not done that? I just assumed you did that.
Mine too, and he's an admin on my channel. If you see a really organized description, it's because he goes back and fixes it.
You have an editor. You have an editor.
I feel bad. He is very he's super smart, very techie. And I'm always like, doopy-doo, let's go play sports. And like you're mentioning your husband and sports, and I love sports. I want to go to all of the baseball parks, and I love sports.
Yes. His dream is for retirement is for us to follow. He's a St. Louis Cardinals fan, even though I'm from there and he's not. Makes sense out of that. But he wants to follow them for a whole season. I'm not kidding. I told him, I said, I don't know if I can do that.
Oh, I totally.
But he wants to follow him every single city for one whole season. That's his dream.
That would be amazing. I don't know if he'll like me. I'm from Boston, so I'm a Red Sox fan.
Well, there was Patriots, that bad World Series experience with Boston.
Die-hard fan. Veronica said, how long does the background check take? I submitted mine on 4:30 and it's still processing. For VIPKid or
Outschool?
I think Veronica's been a VIPKid teacher for a while, right?
My Outschool one took about 2 to 3 days. It wasn't 3 full days, I don't think.
Maybe I just feel like I've known Veronica for a while. I don't know.
Yeah, Outschool was pretty quick.
Kelly said her son refuses to subscribe to her channel. My husband has been watching all my videos and has been telling me what I need to fix in the next videos. Yeah, mine too. Yeah. My husband also plays different playlists of everybody's. Sometimes he knows and sometimes he doesn't. So I'll go in there and like, well, I'm using Paula as an example again because I did hers the other day, but I'll put it on his channel too so that we can have 2 playlists running in the middle of the night. That gives watch time, but you know, it doesn't help that we're not, I mean, it helps for watch time. But you can't really like and comment until later on. So
this has been good in my house because I'm not a TV person. So now I'll just put these on. And if I'm cooking or doing dishes, I'm still listening. I might not be looking right at it, but it's like a little podcast. I play people's videos like that all the time.
That's great. Veronica said Outschool. So it took you about 2 to 3 days?
Yeah, 2 or 3 days. That was it. And you'll get notified by email.
So Veronica said 5th contract for VIPKid, but just applied to Outschool a couple of weeks ago.
Yes. Yeah. It should go fast.
Yeah. And well, she said it's been a couple weeks though, right?
Oh, for Outschool?
Yep. She said she submitted hers on 4:30. So today's the 7th. So it's been a week.
You might email because I submitted mine on the 4th and it came back like 2 days later. And so did Skyla. Skyla did hers too. I would email or make sure she clicked that submit for the back. You can go into your profile and it'll show you what step you're on.
Okay. Good.
That should be back. That's a long time.
Yeah. Interesting. Awesome. April 30th. Yeah. Well, Brooke said to go back and look. Maybe you can take a look at it. So great. Brooke, it was so nice to meet you. This is fun.
Kasie, it was so fun. I was nervous. I'm like, I don't think I've done a live. No, not live by myself. I've done it in Nancy's class. It was really fun. I hope I can get brave enough to run a live with someone.
Let me know. I'll be the guinea pig. I don't mind now. Okay. Well, I think it's harder in your seat than in mine. I think asking the questions is so much easier for me than answering them. Oh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think for me, it's the tech piece. Like if I announce I'm going to go live and something goes wrong, I'm going to be nervous. Like I had tech panic. I'm like, what do you mean go live? What do I do?
Before you go live on YouTube, make sure you check it out because your first time going live on YouTube seems to mess up often.
Okay.
Poor Mindy,
Good to know.
Kasie, me, we all of us had trouble going live our first time.
Okay. I did do live on Facebook once. That seemed pretty easy, but I have not tried it
Facebook
on.
Live is easy, yeah.
Yeah.
Teacher Veronica said yes, it says processing. Hey, Cindy Bennett, thanks for coming. So yeah, her Outschool. What is it called?
Outschool. Outlook is the Hotmail, I think.
Her Outschool is still processing.
That's weird. I don't know. You might email. I've heard that the only communication you really have is email.
Okay.
But at least there's no language barrier. So I would email and I would ask because I know at least 3 other people that it just took a couple of days.
Okay. Good to know. All right, Brooke, thank you so much. This was so much fun.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for all of you teachers that came because I just feel like I have so many friends now. Thank you.
Yes,
it means so much.
15 people stopped by in the chat, at least 15 that I've seen. So
wow.
Thanks, guys. Don't forget to send me the link for your Outschool and whatever your channel I already put on there. But if you want your, not Facebook group, what am I trying to say? Website and things so that we can put it in the description.
Okay.
And that's it.
Thanks, Brooke. I'll see you next time. Everyone.
Bye, everyone in the chat. Bye.